Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Black Girls in Media podcast. I am your co-host, Kelly Ray.
I am Shelby Smith.
And I'm Dante.
And today we are talking about all things pop culture or Black culture. We're talking about, Black Friday and how not only was it Black Friday, but it was by Black businesses Black Friday. We're also going to get a little bit into the Soul Train Awards and how our very own Dante was able to get some celebrity interviews for that virtually. And this episode, we're kind of just going to catch you guys up. So let's just get right into it. So, Shelbs, what did you think about the Soul Train Awards last night?
The Soul Train Awards are always my favorite because I'm such an old soul. So like the hip hop awards don't really do me. The regular BET awards is too general, but the Soul Train Awards, I'm really in my zone. I'm with my parents. I'm vibing out. So I must say I was very disappointed. Very disappointed. It's one of my favorite events, and I just felt like it was not up to par. So I'm not sure if that's because it was COVID and they were learning how to adjust, but from the performances to the introductions, did like Tashina and Tasha. It was great to see the dynamic duo back again from their Martin days, but that was really all that I enjoyed about it. How about you, Dante?
Honestly, I have to agree with you. So I love R&B. I grew up in a house full of like soul R&B playing all the time. So I used to like enjoy watching Luther Vandross and all the good old legends coming on. And this year, I think that I think every award show across the board this year tried to manage with everything that's going on with COVID. And I have to agree with you. It was a little kind of like areas, like there's spaces where I was just like, what's going on? As well as like, I think the only like performances I truly enjoyed were like Snow, Jasmine, of course. I was happy to see Monica get the Soul Award. Brandy, of course, was amazing. And I can't think of her. It was like Chanel and somebody else they performed. I like that little situation that was going on as well. I just think that for me, it was missing a little lackluster for me as well. I was just kind of hoping for more. And again, I'm going to give everyone grace because it's COVID. It's a quarantine, you know what I mean? Like, what can you really do? Where this is our first year really managing. I'll give them next year, the year after that, if it's, God forbid, still going at this route, they'll be, up to par.
So let me ask y'all this question, right? Because, one of the things that both of y'all said was kind of like, we're going to cut out some slack because it's COVID. So how much slack do you feel like we can actually cut them? And I want to ask y'all, what award show do you think got it right this year? And even though it was Corona, they did the thing.
Yeah, I had higher expectations for the Soul Train Awards because there were so many other award shows before the Soul Train Awards. Mm-hmm. So it's like, you guys kind of had time to prepare. You got to weigh your pros and cons. And then Black people had it tough this year. So I'm like, come on, BT, we needed you to come strong for us. Like, this is a night of relief for us. And I feel like they tried to add components with the humor, but overall, visually, it just wasn't up to par for me. As for other award shows that kind of killed it, I think the BET Awards was fine. Like, for the point and time that we were in, I think they adapted very well. So that's why it was kind of, for me.
Yeah, I have to agree with Shub. I did like the BET Awards. I thought it was well. I thought even MTV, when they did their awards as well, they had very 3D virtual, like it was as if you were in a whole green screen. It was different. I wouldn't say I would be like they did that, but it was definitely different. It was out of the box. I thought that was cool. So I would say those two. I agree.
Yeah. And for me, I'm going to say the VMAs killed it. I really liked how, like the performances, even though they were like technically virtual. Like the performers were actually somewhere. So I'm thinking about like Megan Thee Stallion. It looked like she was like riding through the desert and stuff. Like she wasn't just on this like virtual screen or whatever. So the VMAs definitely did it for me this year. But I also want to move it to you, Dante, so you can tell us a little bit about your experience doing the celebrity interviews for the press conference.
The press conference. So to all my listeners, I get a lot of questions all the time, like how do we manage doing things? How do you keep connecting this, that, and the third? And everything that I respond is it's virtual. So, prior to this, I was giving advice like catch up with the BGIM conference. And now these type of things are what I have to do. I have to be in press conferences or press junkets, but virtually. So I did my first virtual, I guess you could say, red carpet this year, which was for Soul Train Awards. And honestly, it was just as stressful as a red carpet in person. When you are on a red carpet, you're already fighting for your time, making sure no one else steals your questions if they heard you ask a good question. And just also making sure that you just get your questions a point and get the artist that you have scheduled for your outlet. I was supposed to interview Lucky Day, Kiana Lede, Victoria Monet, and Jasmine Sullivan. And I only got the great Jasmine Sullivan, of course. Of course, I was happy with that. But at the end of the day, it was such a long day. I had woken up really early to start my day, had my sister do my makeup, just prepped and like wrote down all my questions. And that day was really impromptu anyway. I had woken up and wasn't really sure if I was going to be the one to do it. So when I woke up in the morning and I had gotten selected, I was like, okay, it's go time. I already had my jitters. That day I had to get my questions down. So I had all these questions down, and one by one, like I just wasn't getting my time to get Kiana, wasn't getting my time to get Victoria. Lucky Day, actually, his team didn't even show up. I'm not sure what happened, but he didn't pop up. So I was actually really nervous. I wasn't even going to get Jasmine Sullivan. And again, it's about you getting at least if you're not getting one, if you're not getting all four, at least one for your outlet, because you're given the set amount of people you're supposed to interview and the people that they want. So again, I was very, very thankful. I thanked God that I got Jasmine Sullivan, because I don't know what I would have done if I had nobody. I would have been going to the outlet like, ooh, which again falls on you because you're supposed to be pushing. You got to kind of fight like, hey, I have a question. Hey, I need my time. I need my time. And it's harder virtually because they have to manage all these outlets. Like you're in a virtual room with about 30 to 60 outlets. So it's just really, like I said, just as stressful as a red carpet, but I'm glad that I got to experience it. I'm very thankful that I got to speak to Jasmine Sullivan, even though it was for a small amount of time. And these are the things that I think that people have to remember, that even if you want to be a journalist and you think it's all glitz and glam and you get to interview people, you don't really know the backstory. And it's a lot. It is a lot. It comes down to stress, patience, and really networking too, and staying adamant, like I need my time, so please give me my artist so I can get my interview. Overall, I loved it. It was really cool, and I hope to do more. Honestly, it was a really dope learning lesson, my first virtual press anything.
So if you don't mind me asking, how did you even get that opportunity? Because I feel like some listeners would be like, dang, like, how do you even get an opportunity like that? One, virtually, and, two, as someone that might just be starting out or might be, trying to network and get their foot in the door.
I don't know. I feel bad every time someone asks me that, because I don't really ever have like a set answer. What I will say is, come March, I will be 3 years. I started my internship in 2017 with CBS. And from there, I've just been very lucky and fortunate to network with people who believe in me, and who pretty much will be like, hey, I pitched you for something, or I have this opportunity and I think you'd be great for it. And like I said, the Soul Train Awards, I woke up that day, email and a text message in my phone. So I was like, whoa. Luckily, I woke up early that day too. So again, I don't really have a set answer. All I can say is it really comes down to networking, guys. Put yourself out there. Give people something to want to work with you. And I know that also sounds like, oh, but what, I don't feel like I have anything, but you do. We all have something. That's why we all have Instagram. We have something to show. Show what you do and keep networking, keep doing virtual stuff. And I'm sure opportunities like this will continue to, will fall into your lap, just as they done on mine. So all I can say is just like, again, not to reiterate, but network, show your talent, show your work, and maybe start doing your own thing. Sometimes these outlets are looking for your own type of work, and then that way they'll take you.
Yeah. And, you know, I'm just to kind of piggyback off of that. Like, I feel like, you know, right now, even if, you know, we can't really do anything or there aren't really like the opportunities, like try to like put things on social media, like try to create like some kind of content. Cause, you know, I have been on interviews where they're like, okay, you know, yes, everyone's going through COVID, but how have you adapted? Like, you know, what are you doing virtually? What have you been doing, you know, through Zoom and things like that? What can you show me that like lets me know as an employer, I can adapt to whatever situation. So even if you might not, you know, have a big interview, or you might not necessarily have a set up agenda or a set up like piece to cover, like try to create your own, just do like whatever you can to be kind of putting your name out there and practicing.
Amen.
Yeah, that's really good, Kels. I also see Dante's confidence, and I think that plays a role in the way that she networks as well. There was a tweet on Twitter that I saw that said, RIP to all the opportunities I lost because of shyness and insecurity. And it's like, that cannot be your portion as you go in the media industry. You have to have confidence that you're going to dominate whatever you're on the scenes for. And Dante, you do that flawlessly. So I think that definitely plays a role in how you operate and maneuver in this industry.
Oh, Shelb, you're gonna get me emotional, girls. Guys, I'm in my bag today. So Shelb, thank you. Because I have to agree with that. I do think that how you present yourself, which is what I was saying, like give people something to watch that they want to work with. Because it does. I always say this industry is not for the weak, man. We hustle, we grind, we network, and you have to be your biggest fan because it's so easy to speak mean to ourselves. So yeah, I would say definitely confidence is key. So thanks, Shelb. Thank you for that a lot.
Yes. I feel like every single week we give each other like an MVP award. Like
we do.
Like this week MVP.
I love it though. And hopefully our listeners see that it's a genuine relationship that we have and we're just uplifting each other. And we hope that you guys feel uplifted as you're also listening to us on your way to work, school, whatever the case may be, because we go through it too. We go through it too. Speaking of going through it, a lot of people on Black Friday went through that money. They were spending, and most importantly, they were spending with Black businesses. Shelby, do you want to cover this one?
Yes, Black businesses skyrocketed, and it's really on the backs of Black and Brown people who use their social media outlets to promote them. So shout out to all of our Black and Brown people who use their networks, use their resources to really shout out their friends and their family who were doing grassroots projects. So shout out to y'all. Yeah. I also had a friend named Kia Edgehill, who we will be going on live with soon, whose business she favors skyrocketed because of Black Friday. She had to restock 3 times, and she's never had to restock before, but she had to restock 3 times on Black Friday because of the promotion between friends and family. So it was just a perfect Black Friday for Black and Brown individuals.
Definitely.
And what about you, Shelbs? You cannot leave yourself out. You are a Black-owned business. How was Black Friday for you?
Black Friday was actually really good for me, and I'm super grateful. Shout out to Dante for putting me on her page. I ended up buying a gift from my father from one of her posts as well. So look at how we just circulating money in the Black community. I love it.
Me too.
But I was really struggling with sales leading up to Black Friday, and then Black Friday, I think I was around 200, 300 in sales. So I'm thankful. I'm super
Wow. Thankful. I'm so happy to hear that, Shell.
Thank you.
Yeah, I did. I made a guide, guys, on Instagram where I just put some independent and smaller brands. And Shelby was one because she's been doing her thing. I love her crew necks and her mugs. So guys, if you need some inspiration wear, go to Shelby's page. She has it all. We will definitely link that in. Yes, Shel, congratulations on everything. Those pockets were blessed. And speaking of blessings, Thanksgiving was just around the corner. And I was really sad, guys, because although I feel like, COVID is around, we have to find some things to feel very thankful for and be blessed that we have a roof over our heads, so on and so forth. I did see a lot of sadness around this time on social media, and it got to me. So how was your Thanksgiving? Was there any changes?
Yeah, it definitely was different for me. I just stuck to my immediate family. So my parents were here and my boyfriend, and that was it. And usually, like, my mom is like the cook of the family. So we have everyone in and out, all these different people. And like even my grandmother and my mom's sister were not able to come to my house this year. They decided to just stay at their place. And it was different, Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. And I say that because it's a holiday dedicated to eating and like sleeping. Like, you eat your food, you're watching Netflix, and that's that. And it's like, yes, my two favorite pastimes, but it was just different, not being able to be surrounded by your loved ones or your extended loved ones. I didn't even see any friends for Thanksgiving. It was just, my household, and that was it. So, like you said, Dante, of course, I'm very thankful and I'm very blessed for all of the things that I've been able to do and keep throughout this time. But, it's unfortunate, and I really hope that we soon can get through this.
Yeah, I was really hoping that this whole pandemic would be over by Thanksgiving and that this would kind of be the grand opening to seeing the our friends and family, but that wasn't the case. And majority of my family is older. My grandma and her sisters are who make the family and who's usually here on Thanksgiving. And we didn't get to see any of them. Only my grandma, because she lives downstairs in my house, but it was a very small gathering. We didn't even do Zoom because they don't know how to work Zoom. So, so overall, it was just like we just felt like there were things missing throughout the evening. So I definitely understand where people are coming from and feeling that misery over Thanksgiving. But I am grateful that my family is here, that my family is well. We have not been touched by COVID, and that's something to be grateful for.
Amen. Same over here. It was definitely much smaller. Thanksgiving is another big, every holiday is big in my household, but this was one I was just like, wow, I miss that feeling. And just to see so many people alone, I just want all of you guys to know here at BGIM, we are praying for all of you. If you guys ever feel lonely, be sure to write to us. And we are doing some virtual stuff coming up. So again, if you ever feel lonely, hopefully join in on them. And we all really hope you guys had a wonderful holiday as best as you could. And thank you for tuning in to episode 10 with us.
Yes, absolutely. I guess we'll go ahead and just wrap this one up. So you guys make sure you follow us on social media at the BGIM Podcast on both Instagram, Twitter, and on YouTube. It's Black Girls in Media. I am your co-host, Kelly Ray. You can follow me at It's Kelly Ray.
I'm Shelby Smith, and you can follow me at Shelbs D. Smith.
And I'm Dante, and you can follow me at Dante's Inferno.
Thank you. Till next time, guys.